Hey friends, Bobby Chu here. Today's painting took me approximately 1 hour and 4 minutes. The objective for me was to use straight to color and try to use very saturated colors, more saturated than I'm used to. It's a great exercise and I highly recommend it to everybody, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about being lucky. It's something my parents and many of my friends have said to me. You're very, very lucky. Yes, I admit it, I've definitely been lucky, but let me tell you a time where I wasn't lucky. I have to go back a ways until I was in the 8th grade, but man, was I unlucky back then. The things that made me unlucky made me upset. 8th grade was especially memorable because I remember being unhappy for the entire year. I don't think I ever smiled for that year. I was frustrated with life, being a little kid and not being able to do the things I want to do or the freedom that I want to have. That made me upset, sarcastic, a smart ass. And that caused all sorts of other reasons for more bad luck to find me, either in the people that I may have upset or just in how the universe works. I really, really believe in karma. Not so much that it's some mystical thing, and if you do good things, then something good will happen to you after. It's not as simple as that. No, it's more like my actions. I was essentially planting seeds of bad luck, whether they're in the minds of the other classmates that may not have liked me, or they were just a result of putting bad energy out there, bad attitude, negative facial expressions, which naturally reciprocates the same kind of energy. This cycle kept continuing until the point where I was about to graduate high school. At this point, I definitely found my happiness in life, but it was now a result of doing bad things, like sneaking out with my friends, sometimes getting in dangerous situations, doing things I shouldn't have been doing, and that just led to more bad luck. Now, many of these bad luck things that would happen weren't even related. I might have been mean to my parents, but then later I dropped my homework in a puddle, something like that. It wasn't until I started to pursue my art seriously, when I started to be happy, and when I started to really enjoy and be passionate about something positive like art, then all of the bad luck started to slowly turn into good luck, but not right away. I think it's almost like life wants to be sure that you've changed, and the best way to do it is to throw a bit more bad luck in your way and see how you handle it. Will you revert back to your old ways? Or is this truly a new you? Good thing for me that it truly was a new me. When I realized my passion and hobby could become my career, I truly became a new me. I found my happiness. I started to not only study hard and do good things for myself, but I found the joy in sharing the things that I learned or discovered with others and helping them with their own art. I started to become more interested in everybody, very interested, especially if they were interested in art, striking up conversations with people I didn't even know. Then slowly, more good luck started to come. The only 2 art jobs I got before I created my studio were both because people that I was nice to recommended me. I was constantly planting little potential seeds of luck and I didn't even know it. Just by being nicer and a more positive person to people around me, helping out where I could, and helping out in a genuine way without wanting anything in return. It's only in hindsight now that I realize how powerful this became as I started my professional and teaching career. Some people might think, oh, if I don't put myself out there to that one person, then that's fine. I've only missed out on that one opportunity. But that's not true. Somebody in the Lightbox Expo Discord asked me a while back, how did I get to know Daniel Arriaga, Annie winner for character design, art direction on Coco? Well, I know him because I was introduced to him by Luis Gonzalez at Pixar. And I know Louis because I know Alex Wu, who worked with him at Pixar. I know Alex because I met him on a wedding of another friend. And that friend I got to know because I met him at Comic-Con, Bill Pressick. Over these years, I've naturally grown my network of artists and people related to the industry tremendously. Whether it's working with people on projects or traveling with them doing Schoolism workshops or other Schoolism related things, or now because of Lightbox Expo, or if it's just meeting somebody at a party or event. Either way, I know that my network of friends and artists is very big and far bigger than the average person because of all this. And something that I'm very proud to say is that most of these people I would call my friends. Now, how did I meet these people, especially in the beginning when I have no name for myself and nothing to offer them? That was the question in my mind when I was starting off. Why would they even want to talk to me or remember who I am? Well, it's because I will try to be nice to people. I'll try to be helpful. But something else that worked quite well for me that I only realized years later was that I would meet so many people that I wanted to meet because without knowing, I ended up talking with their spouse or their friend or the other person that they came with that didn't know anybody at the event. Eventually, that spouse or friend would then introduce me to the important person that they came with that was surrounded by all these other people vying for his or her attention. And because I got the introduction from the person that they came with, I also got a much more meaningful conversation with that person. Couple that with constantly trying to be nice to people and help people and just be a helpful person, it can become very, very powerful. Lyndon Lee is a person that comes to mind. I first met this artist at a comic book convention, I believe. And that's definitely not the best place to meet people. Artists will meet so many people during that weekend that it can be very difficult to remember anybody. So when a new artist like Lyndon at the time comes to my table, it can be difficult for him to make an impression. I remember him because he gave me a little VR viewfinder that he made. I would have probably forgot about him after, but then the next event I saw him at, even though he was attending, he offered to help in any way that he could, helping at the booth, getting water, etc. Then I heard a story of him at Lightbox Expo, and when one of the other artists mentioned the water fountains were running out of water, without being asked, Lyndon went to the store and brought back these giant bottles of water for people. Now, did everybody repay him in kind? I doubt it. But I also doubt that he was expecting anything in return as well. And that's exactly what has brought me so much luck throughout the years. It's because when you're constantly trying to do good things without expecting anything in return, when that is your purpose, when you're constantly planting seeds of luck wherever you go, you don't need all of them to grow. Out of 1,000, if only one grows to become a giant oak tree, then it's still very well worth it. So if you want to be lucky, my advice is to try to do good things. Try to do good things that cut through the noise, that go above and beyond, and do it from the heart without any expectations of anything in return. And I guarantee you, luck will find you. Now, if you want to be a pessimist and you want to really, really investigate or debate and think about it, I'm sure you can find all sorts of little holes, exceptions to what I'm saying. People that try really hard and are very good people, they still have bad things happen to them. Now, I believe that whenever those kind of things happen, it's again life's test. It wants to test you, what kind of person you are. Do you really deserve that next level it's about to open up for you? And the way to get there is, of course, to be positive and march forward with a positive attitude. But yeah, there will still be perhaps bad things that will happen to us all. But I just believe that it's life's test because we're doing good things and we're putting in the effort. But for all those listening out there, does it really matter what I'm saying is true? Because it doesn't to me. Because even if by doing good things all the time and trying to be a better person doesn't bring you the luck that you wanted, is it such a bad thing that you're kind to people and you try to be a good person? I don't think so. So it doesn't really matter to me. I like thinking this way. Now, I love reading your comments, and this topic is especially interesting to me. So if you have your own stories of karma, or doing good things that led to other good things returning back to you, or vice versa, let me know in the comments. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and to like this video. Thank you so much. Take care.